Welcome back to the Pauline Chilton Show, the podcast where we dive deep into real estate, entrepreneurship, and the strategies that help ambitious professionals level up. Today, I have a very special guest who is an absolute powerhouse in the real estate marketing space. If you're looking to grow, scale, and systemize your business, you won't want to miss this conversation. Joining me today is Jerome Lewis, a #1 national best-selling author, real estate marketing expert, and the lead host of the Real Estate Marketing Podcast. Jerome has written over 10 books, including the best-selling Real Estate Marketing Implementation, and has helped more than 7,800 real estate entrepreneurs, agents, and investors across 40 states and 4 countries. As the founder and CMO of Digital Real Estate Strategy, Jerome specializes in helping serious real estate entrepreneurs implement the tech, marketing, and lead generation strategies they need to succeed. He is an international speaker who has shared stages with some of the biggest names in real estate, including Shark Tank's Kevin Harrington, Ron LeGrand, Vena Jones-Cox, and more. Today, we're going to unpack some of the best marketing strategies for real estate professionals, talk about how to stop overcomplicating your business, and learn from Jerome's vast experience in helping entrepreneurs take action. Jerome, welcome to the show.
Pauline, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Great. I would just like to dive right into it. Jerome, a lot of real estate agents struggle with marketing because there's so much conflicting advice out there. What's the real secret to marketing success that every real estate agent needs to know?
So there are several secrets, right? And what is a secret? A secret is something that we might not know, okay? There are several secrets. The #1 secret I like to say is we didn't get in real estate to just help people, right? It doesn't matter how good we are if nobody knows about our product. So that is, I would say, if I had to clarify one secret, the first secret is marketing is the most important part of your business. Doesn't matter how great you are if no one knows about it. And marketing is the vehicle to get people to know about your service, your business, or your product.
That is the best thing. So many agents waste time and money chasing leads all over the place. If somebody wanted to have everything they need for lead generation in one place, what would that look like?
It depends. And like I've written a book because it can be hard to dive in and give everybody everything they need on one session, one podcast recording. So #1, like I was saying a little bit earlier, #1, you have to understand the importance of marketing, everything it is that you need. #2, I would say you create products. I'm a really huge fan of video marketing. So I would encourage people to start to become more humanistic and incorporate video into whatever it is that they do. I'm a huge advocate of social media. I used to only do social media, but I've since learned the importance of offline marketing as well. So #1, I would encourage you to get involved and understand the importance of marketing. It doesn't matter how great we are if nobody knows about our product. #2, to propel your business in your toolbox, I would encourage you to start doing video marketing. A great example of video marketing is once we film video, people can see us and we're talking. I really love video because the book that I just referenced, that book is me talking things out, and I've taken that video, I've turned it into another format, which is that book format. So I'm a huge advocate for video. I encourage people to get involved in marketing. #2, get involved in video marketing, start to do video. And then I guess #3 is you always want some kind of lead generation. You can do organic strategies as an example, but I'm really a proponent of paid strategies as well. You always want constant marketing running, and I encourage people to go to social media and establish some kind of marketing budget so you can get involved and people know about your message, right? We're in one of the most healthy businesses in terms of real estate because we can make a lot of money. So the little bit of money that we invest into our marketing, our paid advertising, it multiplies. So those are 3 things. Get involved and understand the importance of marketing. #2, get heavily involved in video because it's a versatile media, right? You can do several things with it. And number three, I highly encourage you to establish some kind of consistent marketing, ideally a paid strategy where you can invest into your business. So those are, there are many other things. There are many other things, but I encourage you to start with those three just so you're not overwhelmed.
Exactly. That's amazing. I'm a Gen Xer. And as a Gen Xer, we grew up with the analog and the digital world. And I believe very strongly in using those traditional forms and the digital forms of marketing, the newer strategies. That's all great stuff. And what we witnessed during the pandemic was that video was a strong marketing tool for agents. I saw agents doing video walkthroughs and video showings, virtual showings, those kinds of things that really helped them to propel their business in a changing time. So I totally agree with you. That's amazing. Um, Most people get into real estate to build wealth, but many find themselves stuck in a cycle of small deals and inconsistent income. What are the biggest mistakes holding real estate agents back from making more money, and how can they fix them?
Biggest mistake. So I like to try to give people like a list and bullet points, and I like the number three. So biggest mistakes I'll say that are holding agents back. Number one, I have a group of agents I deal with like every day. Number one, I would say like being a little closed-minded that's a huge mistake. So, and what I mean by that is like we didn't just get into real estate to sell properties as real estate agents. A lot of conversations that I've had with real estate agents, they said, I got into real estate to build wealth or become an investor, and they kind of get on that wheel and they never make the change or the shift over to actually being an investor. And what an investor is they buy and repurchase properties for themselves. So that's the number one mistake. They get stuck there and thinking that they only have to sell and sell real estate. And the reason why is because they think you need a whole lot of money to get involved. So that would be mistake number two, thinking that you need a whole lot of money to get involved in actually purchasing properties. That's mistake number two. There are different ways that you can purchase properties, and it depends on your education. That's one of the things that we teach. I've written a book, right? You mentioned that I've written over 10 books. I've written a book this year. We have yet to release it, but the book is called Real Estate Wealth Secrets. And that book goes into detail on how people can get involved in real estate using more creative strategies, right? So that is mistake number two, thinking that you need a whole lot of money to get involved in real estate. And then number three, I would have to take it back to marketing, right? Marketing is so important in our business, and people fail to forget that. So regardless of what it is that we're doing, people need to know about the products and the services that we deliver. So not only are we marketing to let people know, but a big part of marketing is follow-up as well, right? So I'm giving you 2-on-1. Like marketing, I always have to go back to marketing because we don't understand the importance of marketing. And underneath marketing, kind of a sub point or sub secret is the follow-up. They say the fortune is in the follow-up, and it sounds a little bit corny, but it's very true. You have to follow up, and your marketing allows you to do that.
And that leads right into the next thing that I wanted to have you talk about, because there is a big difference between just getting leads and getting high quality leads that actually convert. What's your top strategy for attracting leads that are ready to do business?
Attracting leads that are ready to do business, I would say that first and foremost, you got to get the lead generation working. Okay. And a lot of us know how to do that. We know how to reach out to people. We know how to test them once or twice and say, hey, are you ready to do business now? But in terms of real estate, what it is that we do, a house, purchasing a house or selling a house, this is one of the biggest decisions that people have to make over their entire lifetime. So it can be scary at times, and people need to be reminded, they need to follow up. It's not just a quick decision where I pay $100 for a dress or I pay for a little course. This is a huge decision that people have to make. So when it comes to like quality leads and people that are ready to do business, I kind of like to encourage people to have the understanding that I do understand that there is low quality and high quality leads, but I want us as real estate professionals to have the understanding that we have to work the leads. Right? We cannot just follow up or hit the lead once and say that it's not a high quality or this is not working. right? We can turn them into quality leads. And the way we do that is by the point that I mentioned a little bit earlier, is by following up and actually bringing them value, right? What are ways that we can encourage them to either buy a house or sell a house? We have to consistently follow up with them. So to me, it's not a matter of quality leads. If somebody is interested in something that you're offering as a real estate agent or a real estate investor, they've shown interest. They just might not be ready yet, and they might need nurturing. So I'm not really a huge advocate of the low quality, high quality lead. There's a process that we need to take people through. And if we take them through that process and that education, they will become quality leads.
I so totally agree with you on that. I've been in real estate since 2005, built a business based on relationships and referrals. And one of the most valuable things is to build those relationships, build the trust, and then you can provide a service that is changing people's lives, that is helping people meet their goals. So I love your answer about that. I'm asking this question because I'm on the real estate chat groups, and I see that the agents are asking questions about how to get leads, how to get quality leads, all of that good stuff. So that's one of the reasons why I put these questions together, and I'm so interested in your answers. And I'm sure that many of our listeners are interested in these answers as well. So going into the real estate industry, often feels like it's designed so that everyone takes a piece of the deal, cutting into investors and agents' profits. What are the best strategies for closing deals efficiently while keeping more of the profits in your pocket?
So this one really depends on the individual situation. For example, I am a real estate agent, but I'm also a real estate investor. And where I am in more control is on the real estate investor side. As the agent, that depends, because everybody wants a piece of your deal on the real estate agent side. So what you have to do is you have to analyze what it is that you want as an agent. Like, it's not always about profits, right? Sometimes it's about a learning experience, right? So you're with a broker and maybe they take 30% of the deal, but you get training. They provide you with an office. They provide you with different things. So it depends where you are in your business and what it is that you need. We can't just think about money all of the time, right? Sometimes it's about our experience, and sometimes it's about what we're learning or the support or what's being provided on that side. Because I found in my experience that people that come in and they keep all of the profits, they're more established and they don't need as much support. But when you're kind of new, you need support. And the brokers that are involved, or the other people that are involved and take a piece of your deal, they're providing with that support. Or even if it's not a broker, for example, let's just say it's a lead generation like Zillow or somebody, like they want to take a piece of your deal. Well, they have done some work. They've generated that lead for you, and they deserve to get paid as well. So it really depends on I encourage those people to not think about it as a profit. I want you to think about it in terms of what it is that you need. If you're great and you can go out there, you can find your own deals, you don't need any assistant, you can keep more of the deal. But if you need that support, those tools, those systems, lead generation, etc., don't be afraid to pay a little bit more before the deal or after the deal, right? Businesses work where everybody wins. You want to share some of those profits with the people that are supporting you.
I love that answer. There is a cost to doing business, and it is about what you need and what services are provided to you and what services can help you do good business. And it doesn't matter what business you're in, there is a cost to be able to operate and do that in a professional manner and to be successful.
Absolutely.
Many agents spin their wheels on strategies that don't work. What's one common shiny object that people waste time on, and what should they be doing instead?
Oh man, there are several shiny objects that we get distracted on. And I guess for me, and it's not really a shiny object, it's something that we've been told. It's been like, if you have a great personality, like you get into real estate, you get into sales, and like the business is going to come to you. And that's not fully true. We do still have to do some work. And some of that work is the stuff that a lot of people don't like. It's technology, it's marketing, it's systems. So we fall for that, like have a great personality and just be like a friendly person. And it really does not work that way. We do still need to get business. We do need to do marketing and lead generation. So I see a lot of people fall for that personality thing. They have great personalities and they get into business and they're like, this is much harder than I thought it would be. Okay. To add to that, even myself, there is like all last year, I learned about the importance of prospecting and having conversations. I built several successful businesses on just like marketing. Like I've done Facebook ads, I've done Google, I've even done some direct mail stuff. And something like I've had great success, but something that I realized is that I was not able to, like, I get really great at marketing, but then there's a sales component to things. I wasn't so great with the sales component. And what I've learned is I went and I started to explore and I hired like a prospecting coach. Prospecting has taught me from cold calling that the importance of having conversations with people. Because not everybody is ready right now, like similar to what you said, like quality leads, like people come in, a quality lead is like, hey, I'm ready, tell me what to do, and I'm ready to sell. But there are a bunch of people like in between that are not ready yet. And you need to have a conversation with them and understand what it is that they need and get them to move to the next step, whether that's buying, whether that's applying for a loan application, etc. So a lot of us fall for the shiny object that we don't have to have conversations with people. We still need to talk to people. They're still humans. So we can't just sit behind an email or sit behind social media and think we're going to get a deal done. We still need to have conversations with these people that come into our funnel, that respond to our ads, that DM us on the social media. We still need to have conversations. And I think a lot of agents, a lot of folks get scared and distracted from the fact that we still need to talk to these people.
I love that answer. One of the things that changed my life was I had a broker years ago when um, I was in a place where I wanted to make a change in my business. I wanted to grow. I wanted to learn and have a better business and do it well. And I had a broker who recommended to me to hire a coach. And I did. I hired a coach. I went through some training and I learned how to build my business based on referrals. And that changed my life. It taught me how to balance. It taught me how to prioritize my time and my activities. And I learned about the importance of having the skills, the knowledge, and the attitude to be able to be successful in real estate. So referrals are gold in real estate. A lot of people think you need years of experience to build a solid network. How can someone, regardless of experience, start developing a powerful referral network today?
One of my favorite things to do is a lot of times we as entrepreneurs, we as humans, we complicate stuff and it's not necessary for us to complicate things. So to build a successful network, I would start reaching out to people and I could have a conversation. I would ask them, who do you know that could use help with real estate? And here's the thing. I didn't say, do you know anybody? I said, who do you know? And that's a difference, right? Most people, we naturally respond, no, we don't want to think. There's this thing called a heuristic, which I learned from this book called Objections by Jeb Blunt. People, we try to find the shortest way to say, so we're safe. A heuristic is a shortcut for us to say yes, no, and get out of a conversation. So a lot of times I see people on social media and say, do you know anybody that needs help in real estate? Or if there's anybody, you know, you let me know. Well, I encourage you to switch it. And I want you to be more assumptive. Who do you know? Right. And you can even be even more specific. What 5 people do you know that are interested in real estate? And that, to me, as a prospect or a person that's looking to help you, that makes me start to think about particular people in my mind versus who do you know or do you know anybody? I'm quick to say no or yes when you respond that way. So my direct answer for that is ask. It's not complicated. You ask the people that you know. You ask the people at your job, right? Maybe you're a due agent. You ask the people that you ask everybody, who do they know that needs help with real estate? Just ask them. Be straightforward. Ask for the help that you need. It's not complicated.
That's right. Ask and you will receive.
Mm-hmm.
Advertising costs are high,
Mm-hmm.
and real estate professionals are feeling the pinch right now.
Mm-hmm.
How can they cut their ad spend without sacrificing the quality or quantity of their leads?
So this is one of my favorite things that I teach is, and a lot of people don't do this. We provide education to people when we're a real estate agent or real estate professional. We have more education in terms of real estate than most people have. So I encourage you to provide that education, but I encourage you to charge for it. right? So one of the reasons why I'm a really big advocate of writing books is because most people are accustomed to paying for a book. They're accustomed to paying for a book. So I like to provide education in a way where people are willing to pay for it. This way, that money comes back to me and I can reinvest it into my business. So my niche within real estate is I like to purchase properties and deal with properties that have almost no equity in there. And what I've done is I've written and I've published a book that goes into the process and that educates people on that. And what I do is I sell that book to people, and the profit or the funds that I receive from that book, I can put it back into my marketing. I can put it back into my marketing. And the cool thing is I'm still going to make money from the deal as well. So to oversimplify, if I sell a book for $20 and I get a lead for $20 and then they eventually do business with me, that's my advertising cost was zero. It was zero. And then I make money off of that. Not only am I selling a book, I can sell them other things, right? That we call them upsells and downsells. So I can sell them a book for $20, but I can also sell them the educational class for $50 or $97. And I take all of that money back and I put it back into my marketing and advertising. So that's my favorite strategy. Provide them with education that you can charge for. And I absolutely love starting with a book because most people are familiar with the book. They understand what it is and they're accustomed to purchasing and paying for a book.
That's amazing. I look forward to reading your books. I looked at some of the titles, so definitely looking forward to that. And I would encourage anyone to purchase your books just based on the way that this conversation is going.
Absolutely. And I want to share something with you. I'm going to, when I have a podcast as well. When I have my guests come on, I give them a gift. But when I'm a guest on other podcasts, I like to give them a gift. So I'm going to send you some signed copies of my book to you for having me as a guest on your show. So you're going to get a copy of those. And the strategies that I'm talking about today, where I'm just touching on and we're just hitting the surface, most all of the strategies and the things that I talk about is within those books.
Amazing. I look forward to it. Thank you. We all know the tire kickers that just want free advice. How can real estate agents position themselves as trusted experts and start attracting paying clients instead of freebie seekers?
Yeah, so I like that word, like freebie seekers, because some people want free, some people want paid, but it would have to go back to the strategy that I mentioned a little bit earlier, where we start to charge for our education. And most of us are accustomed to purchasing when we pay for a book. We pay for some kind of education, we're used to paying for it. Versus like online, like if I go to YouTube, I'm not expecting to make a payment on YouTube. If I come through your lead funnel, I'm just not expecting to necessarily make a payment. So I encourage the professionals out there to try it. Start trying to charge for the information that it is that you're providing for free. An example, maybe let's just say I'm taking on a home buyer approach, right? Some people are going to say, oh, why would they pay when there's information that they can get for free online? You'd be surprised. People pay. Make the offer and see. So instead of your home guide that you're giving away for free, try to charge for it, right? And you don't want to try to get rich, but maybe charge $9.99 for your home buyer's checklist and give them a companion video. Like start to provide more value than other people. So you as a professional, you're welcome to charge for your expertise and your knowledge, right? And not even that, like maybe they're overwhelmed with information, right? And they don't want the information. Maybe you can charge for a seminar, right? Hey, I'm doing a seminar for $10 each, right? You come to the seminar and I'm going to teach you everything. So the bottom line here that I'm saying, like the freebie seekers versus tire kickers, deliver the same information, but put a price on it. You don't want to get rich, but absolutely like put a price in it. $10, $20. You don't want to, your intent is not to get rich, but it's to see who is invested and who is willing to pay. And you'll be surprised. You might not get as many leads, but you're going to get those quality leads and those people that are accustomed to paying for information, your expertise, shortcuts, etc.
I love it. I love it. The real estate market is shifting, and many agents are feeling the pressure to make every marketing dollar count, especially when they need results fast. With so many options out there, what's the simplest, most effective marketing strategy an agent can implement right now to generate leads and get closer to their next paycheck?
Yeah, so the simplest, and I'm a huge advocate for marketing and spending on paid advertising and leads. I'm a huge advocate for that. But I also understand that people want to be cost conscious. So to me, the simplest thing is to become good at conversations. A lot of people don't appreciate and they shy away from cold calling. But I find that to be the most cost effective. Like cold calling, one of my favorite lists to call is expired listings. These are people that have already, I'm talking for the agents as well as the investors, because we get good leads from there too. These are people that have already raised their hand and said, hey, I was selling a property. It just didn't sell. Didn't sell right now. So the quickest you can get to those people that were looking to sell a property but didn't want to sell, the better. So I encourage you, there are several tools that help you out with this. I'm going to talk about one. I've heard of Vulcan 7, Espresso Agent. Those are tools that you can subscribe to, and they give you a list of people that you can call and you can reach directly out to these people. Now, you have to get your skills together and be able to have these conversations with these people. But I found that calling people, having one-to-one conversations, this is the most cost-effective way to generate business as soon as possible. A huge advocate for marketing, spending marketing dollars, everything. But the quickest way is to get good at conversations and actually talk to people one-to-one. And those research that I mentioned, Vulcan 7, Espresso, like actually having conversations, talking with those expired listings, that's the quickest and I found to be the most cost-effective way.
Jerome, this has been an incredible conversation. You've shared so many powerful insights that can truly help real estate professionals take their marketing and lead generation to the next level. For those who want to connect with you, learn more about your books, or work with your company, where's the best place for them to reach you?
So the best place to reach me is my website, jeromelewis.com. Go there and I have resources, free resources about me, information on there. Then I have a phone number. You can reach directly out to my office, 267-888-1085. Just reach out. I'm a human willing to have a conversation. That's the best way to reach me. And I'm all available on social media, right? I would be a hypocrite if I talked about marketing and you go online and you don't find anything about me. So I'm easily available. And then lastly, the books, you can find those available on Amazon as well. And if you don't want to purchase them from Amazon, you want to get them from me, you want a signed copy, just reach out to me and I'll let you know how you can get those as well. So Pauline, I appreciate you for having me here today.
I appreciate you for being here today. That's a wrap for today's episode. If you got value from this conversation, don't keep it to yourself. Like, share, and follow the show on your favorite podcast platform, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and X. Your support helps us bring more powerful content to entrepreneurs like you. Want to go even further? Visit thepaulineshow.com. There you can support the podcast, grab some exclusive merch, and be part of our journey as we continue to grow and bring you more game-changing episodes. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time on The Pauline Chilton Show.